As an adult, I've had an up and down relationship with discipline. I typically would associate discipline with boredom, and boredom with a feeling of emptiness that was quite unpleasant. It's taken me some time to realize that I need discipline if I want to be better equipped to deal with boredom. I took the traditional route at first, which was simply Googling how to develop self discipline. It worked as a band aid solution, allowing me to feel good in that moment as if I was taking action in my life. You'll want to watch the video from start to finish because I'm going to share the simple 7-step process I use to build discipline and the app I use to make it all happen that will definitely put you on the path to discipline that works for you. If you're new to this channel and you thinking, who is she? And why should I listen to her? Well, welcome. My name is Guruji Chastity, and I create videos to help people just like you who are on the journey to self-love using spiritual tools and techniques. But most importantly, I've been a Reiki master teacher for about 5 years, you know what I'm saying? And have have been studying the chakra system for the past 4 years. And as a result, I've developed a practical way to fully engage with myself daily. So let's get right back to it. Eventually, I noticed that most of the advice I could find online would suggest that I build a relationship with discipline from a mental place, asking me like to write out goals, know my strengths and weaknesses, create new habits and rituals, etc., etc. All of those suggestions ask me to think instead of feel, and for me, that's one way to tense me right on up. When I'm trying to find a solution, if I get too in my head about it, I'll take someone else's advice or do what I think will make me happy without actually testing it out or creating from a place of authenticity. So my first run-ins with discipline looked like me doing what I read on the internet or watching a video of someone giving advice. I attempted to use the advice I had found in theory, really, by blanketing it over my life. Then I tested out only to find it didn't work, or I was unable to maintain the new routine of discipline I was trying to create. I just assumed that it was my fault, or something inherent in me that stopped me from having the same success as the people I was taking advice from online. I did this for what felt like forever until I found a more loving way to move through this process of self-discovery. I discovered that building anything comes from a desire within, and it was that desire that I needed to connect with. The reason I want to build a better relationship with discipline is because I want to feel alive. Everything I move toward in life comes from a desire to feel good, because at that moment, I don't. Feeling bad for me is essentially anything that disconnects me from feeling alive, whether that's stress, guilt, shame, jealousy, etc., etc. When I make blanket arbitrary decisions about what makes me happy, I immediately feel disconnected and dead, because I can't predict my happiness, and therefore I can't predict the best way to build discipline. The only way I can build discipline is by being present. And what that looks like is doing the things and messing up, like learning as I go. By taking this route, for me, for periods of at a time, I would try new elements and new routines how I thought I liked, only to discover, girl, I ain't never like it that way. I just saw it somewhere, or I was told I should be doing it. I should be doing X, Y, and Z such and such way, and it should be easy. Building a relationship with discipline for me has been very messy. Like waking up for days at a time, declaring like, okay, today I'm going to go home, shower, eat, and do back end business work and then crochet. It took me over 4 months, I'm not joking, of trial and error every day, telling myself this what we're going to do, to realize that back end business work for Guruji Chastity while working 40 hours a week as a baker it isn't doable. for a while, I scolded myself thinking I was lazy and unmotivated and lacked discipline because I could never get myself to do this one activity. Over time, I realized I am motivated to do back-end business work. I was just putting it at the wrong part of my day. Instead of using my break at work to crochet, I could instead spend that time developing aspects of my business that I've been dying to get to, but struggled because the initial structure of it. For instance, writing out ideas for my YouTube channel so I can record and share them with you like I'm doing right now. I also learned to love and enjoy the pace in which I develop as a perfect person. If it takes me 10 years to build my ideal relationship with discipline, well, it took me 10 years. And I'm gonna love every minute of it because it's what we've created together. It's mine. And I'm grateful for the process. So by now, I hope you're resonating with the idea of doing you instead of discipline. But I also hope you're getting curious, your cousin, show me how you do it, though. Okay, show me how you do it. So as promised, say less, cousin. This is where I show you the 7-step process I use to build discipline in the app that streamlines the process. Boom. So, spirituality teaches me that I have everything I need within me to make it happen. When I want to draw on my inner wisdom, I look to the chakra system. It directly reflects how the universe, God, your inner child, however you relate to it, was created in practical terms, which makes it easier for me to do better. Because when I know better, I do better. And the chakra system is the knowing I need to build discipline without going outside of myself and seeking external validation. I originally created the star planner to connect with my inner child by giving myself a star for every area of my chakras I was able to tend to, like when you got a star in kindergarten for being good for the day. As time went on, I noticed though it was harder to commit to having the planner hung up in my home, so I created it on my phone by using a Trello app. Inside of Trello each day, I have my chakras displayed along with a category of activities that I could do to support that particular chakra. So let's go through them and I'll show you the activities I like for each chakra and how I stay connected with them throughout the day. I keep the Trello board on the front page of my phone, and the second board I see when I open the app is whatever month I'm currently in. I then go to the day and the month. Once I scroll to the bottom of the day that I'm currently in, I look for the checklist that says Foursquare energy. If you're unfamiliar with what Foursquare energy is, now is a good time to check out my video, How to Live a Balanced Life, which breaks down what it means to create Foursquare energy and how I create it in my everyday life. In here, I'll find everything I need for the chakra work for the day in that checklist. For my root chakra, grounding is the theme. Typically, I enjoy stretching, but essentially the essence here is anything that gets me into my body. So stretching, cupping, working on my posture, things like that. Next, I have the sacral chakra, where I focus on creating in any capacity. I think of creating as having nothing, then having something. So creating could be a meal, could be music, could be art, could be a bath, could be intentions, could be an idea. Third, I have the solar plexus, which is movement. Anything that gets my heart rate up or intended to get me in my body, with the intention being feeling strong and being present. Next is the heart chakra, which has the theme of journaling. It is intended in its simplest form here, just journaling about my experience, whether it be a mind dump, a specific issue, the shadow work journal from TikTok, or a journaling prompt. Fifth is my throat chakra, where I meditate. I created the affirmation for myself. I meditate in private so my feelings don't punk me in public. Much like the chakra before, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward in its activity. I maintain 10 to 15 minutes of meditation a day. Next is the third eye chakra, where the essence is affirmation. I currently use different methods to affirm myself. I use the 369 method for saying I am enough throughout my day, and I use a living manifesto to begin my day with. And I've created that over the course of 6 months. It's a living word I speak over my life. it's essentially the blueprint for who I am and how I am in the world. It began pretty small, and as I learned what I liked and what I didn't like, I tweaked it to what I have now. Lastly, I have the crown chakra, which is learning. I used to say if I learn anything new, it would count, but I don't enjoy unsolicited advice, and I used to have a habit of opening myself up to unwanted criticism. So these days, I stick to the traditional methods of learning. So books, movies, podcasts, articles, blogs, and YouTube videos. Currently, I am reading Ask, and it is given by the Hicks. As I complete them, I check them off. I've been using this particular method since September 2023. So for the last 8 months, from then until now, I can look back and see how often I am or am not hitting these marks of discipline. I grew up playing basketball, so I use that as my method of measurement. In a month's time, that's 30 days. I say I have 10 days of practice and 20 games, and every month is the championship. My first goal was to win 10 games in a month, and I just hit that goal this past February with 11 wins. So that was 11 days in the month of February, where in those 11 days, I did all 7 activities that connect me to my chakras, and I'm continuing to improve. This month, I'm currently at 12 wins with a few days left in the month. For me, this is a fun and exciting way to build discipline. I'm building a healthier relationship with myself every day by doing something that pertains to my chakras. And the discipline is being built the more I stick to completing all 7 activities every day. And that is my ultimate goal, to go a full 20 days connecting with each of my chakras. The activities that go along with each chakra develop some insanely healthy habits that truly support me in being disciplined for whatever new level of living is coming my way. And so I hope this video has inspired you to develop a habit of discipline that speaks to your wants and needs. Be not afraid to get messy, to be curious, and simply to not know. The journey to self-love is your responsibility, cousin, but you don't have to do it alone. I am here to support you. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated on how I navigate personal growth. Comment your process to discipline. I love to hear what works for you. Until next time, I love you. Peace out.